On last week's episode, we dove off the east coast of Florida, got a huge mixed bag of fish, and the most epic dive where I dove and speared off of a great white shark. And then at the end, I had a nice cook up with my family. On this episode, we're gonna take the jet ski to the shallow area. We're gonna keep it simple on this trip. We're gonna keep it easy, but we still are gonna try to catch a feed and cook it up for you guys at home. I'm with my boy Christian from Hawaii, so he's gonna see what it's like diving here in these local waters. The conditions aren't great, but we're gonna make the best of it, and I'm taking you with me. I'm gonna strap the GoPro to my head, and I will see you guys down below for some voiceovers. Get ready to hold your breath with me. Let's go. All right, you guys, welcome underwater and welcome to the voiceovers. Now go ahead and hold your breath with me on this first drop. And it's just going to be a ledge, and this is my first dive of the day. I'm still rocking the 120 roller just in case a big fish comes by. And the viz isn't great, the current is rushing, but there are some fish around. And I look to the left right here, and I see a monster Goliath grouper. It was probably about 50 or 60 pounds, but that is a good sign because if there's a predator fish like that, that means the fish are around. And as I'm drifting along this edge, here comes some spade fish, and then the snapper start rolling in. Now, these are smaller size snapper, but they only have to be 10 inches to be legal. So I'm picking out the biggest one, which comes right in just like that. I almost hit fire with that roller, and I love the roller because you don't have to worry about recoil. But I pulled the trigger, aimed for the head, shot a little high, but it was not a bad shot and not a bad fish for my first drop of the day. But we get into some other crazy structures, so make sure you stay tuned. Yo, I got dinner. Yeah, so let me prep them. You heard me say prep, and by that I mean braining the fish to put it out of its misery, cutting the gills to release all the blood out of the meat, and then I also stick the knife inside of the fish and gut him. I highly suggest don't take the fish off the spear unless you fully brain it, and it won't wiggle away from you. All right, you guys, that was successful. Look at this. Nice, solid mangrove. Nice little one. He's about probably 15 inches. Not huge, but that will be dinner. So I'm stoked about it. And we're gonna hopefully dive some crazy structure right now. So don't go anywhere. And we're fingers crossed gonna get a little bit more to eat before we rock up on the islands. So even though we got fish at that current spot we just dove, the boat traffic was pretty high there, and it just wasn't as safe as another area that we decided to go to. Now this area is a huge ledge that drops off, and there's big pipes that blast out hot water, and fish love to congregate around them. So stay tuned for my next dive. You see from my perspective where I go almost to the edge of these pipes and hopefully get a fish. That was tight. I love working different angles of the same spot. So we're diving in the same spot. You saw the dive before where we just went to the top of the structure, but I decided to take a different approach. I went to the edge of where everything started, went to the sand, and slowly crept towards the main area. And you will sometimes catch fish off guard that are passing through because they don't expect you or don't see you. I told myself on this dive I was kind of just going to scope it out. There's a couple of mangrove snapper there that are legal size, but I was going to wait and give Christian an opportunity and have him do the same tactic I did and hopefully get a shot on a fish. But you can see how I kind of sneak in and try to catch any fish off guard, and I'm waiting for maybe a dog snapper, a sheep's head, something to be cruising in and out. But unfortunately on this dive, I just scoped out a couple of just over legal size snapper, and now I get to the surface and I tell Christian to give it a shot. So I decide to follow Christian down to the bottom just so I can see, hopefully, him shoot one of those snapper. So from his perspective, he does see a few of the mangrove snapper out there, but he's being very selective and decides to opt out and not shoot because he said they were a little bit too small, which I completely agree, and that's the best part about spearfishing. those mangroves were keepers. The one swimming in front of me, yeah. They're probably like 12 inches. Here I go, taking another dive and another approach. It's the same exact approach I just took, except I went to the opposite side of the structure and decided to do the same thing. I have a nice breathe up at the surface, and one thing I can give you a tip on breathing up and how to make sure you're diving is to make sure you exhale all of your air before you take in your big deep breath to dive. A lot of times, sometimes even I do it, forget, and I exhale almost a half a breath and then I take in a full breath. But if you fully exhale all of your air and then take in a really big breath, that gives you way more confidence. It makes you feel full of fresh air, and you're able to make a little bit longer of dives. So I did the same exact thing I did on the dive before, but I decided to go off of the structure a little bit, try to follow the edge, hoping to find some kind of fish dwelling out towards the sand, towards the edge. But unfortunately on this dive, didn't find anything. But I'm still stoked we got fish for lunch, and I get to cook something up for you guys, so stay tuned for that. It's pretty dead. All right, that place ended up being a bust, but we did get one fish to cook up, so don't go anywhere. I'll see you guys over at the island. You don't want to hit that gas when you get too close to shore, otherwise you'll suck some stuff up through the intake, but this is our spot. We gonna cook up. Look at this place. This is beautiful. Nice little, got a coconut palm right here. We're gonna use some husk. Try to get the fire started. We got Christian over here getting it. Let's see if we can figure something out here. It just rained pretty good overnight, so everything is pretty wet. But fingers crossed we can get something going on. We got more husk, and I got the driest little sticks I could find. And some more. We're gonna just make a little teepee, try to get it lit. See what happens. Hold on. Why is this husk not lighting? Really hoping these little sticks light, because that's like the key. The husk only lights for so long. See all that smoke? All that smoke means that it's wet. All right, it's starting to work. Yep, there we go. Now all these slightly wet pieces will light. Yo, I got it. We're good. All right, there we go. I am the king of the fire, getting it done. All right, now let me grab a bunch of sticks and keep it lit up, and we gotta get some decent sized sticks because we're gonna set this over top and cook the fish over the fire. All right, so Christian is gonna keep this fire popping, and I'm actually gonna go fillet the fish, and I'm taking you guys with me. And I just told him just keep on feeding it with these little sticks, just keep that fire roaring, just keep stacking it, and then eventually it'll be big enough to put that grate over, and then we'll cook up that fish. But now it's time to use the ski, back of the ski. Gonna fillet that fish up, taking you with me, see what we can do. All right, so those of you who've never cleaned a fish, this will be a good little reference for you. A little dirty. Right there. Filleting these mangroves is pretty simple. Already got these things, it's really nice. side. All right. Now it's time to just clean up. Alright, now this is what you're left with. Got a couple of nice fillets. We're gonna throw those on. Gonna wash them here. Nice salt water to wash them in. Woo! Gonna be eating good. Hell yeah. Alright, so I only have bare minimum ingredients. I got some spray olive oil. We're gonna go in and spray some olive oil on these bad boys. And then I have this stuff called Fish Delish. It's like a little organic. Sprinkle that on there. And I'm gonna salt and pepper them. That's the last ingredients I have. This will be the downside right now. Then I'll flip them. Just get some pepper real quick, or salt and pepper. I like my fish extra seasoned. All right, fire's doing good, looking good, and this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get this. The sucker's gonna cook fast. All right, so these fillets. I did the oil so it doesn't burn too bad. Okay. This is gonna take, in no time, this is gonna be cooked up. Hold on, let me give you a little stick. Yeah, I love this. Simple. Everything we can keep in a little baggie, like a little dry bag. This Fish Delish is really good. It's not too strong. I love this kind of stuff. All right, the hardest part is gonna be flipping these guys. We already missed me flipping this one, but actually it's not too bad. Just slide them and then just kind of hold them and flip them. It's not too bad. They're cooking pretty quick. Looking good. Looks good. That Fish Delish. It's gonna be all seasoned and it has fresh little herbs on it. Ooh. Gonna be good. We kept that fire going. We can kind of adjust it by moving stuff around. It's looking good. It's your first time doing this, Christian?
Yeah, man.
Boy. All right, it's chow time. I haven't eaten anything all day, dude. I'm like doing that intermittent fasting thing. Pretty good for nothing, like no breading. Have some.
That seasoning's actually not bad.
I know, it's good, right?
Just gotta watch out, it burns a little hot.
I know, it's a little hot. Does it have sand in it?
I can't tell.
Or is that my ham? Oh yeah, possibly because it's like very chunks of herbs. Well, I did though. We killed it.
Not bad for having almost zero biz
Yeah.
and there being no fish.
Yeah, it's not bad. Almost nothing. We had a little grape. Like no fish. Really bad biz. But we still had enough to get a fish. And that was like my second drop? First drop? Something like that?
Yeah. No, I think it's like your first drop.
Yeah. At least we got something. Made a little cook out of it. I was happy I could take you guys. Let me know if you like these kind of very like short, simple, primitive catch and cooks Or if you like the long, extravagant, take it home, comment below, let me know what you think. Or if you like both, I like just sprinkling a little bit of everything in the channel. But if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. It is free for you. And also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment below if you have any questions about anything. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me, and I will see you next week for another one. Later.